right? But my thing
Okay,
is,
hold on. I'm gonna let you cook because I know you want to. I know you ready to go. My point is, you said, why can't they? Why can't they? Now, yeah, I just came up with that off top, and I'm not saying it's a perfect example, but I'm saying it does illuminate a real scenario that people find themselves in where their real life, the life that maybe they created, maybe they didn't. Maybe they were born into this specific life in this specific area with this specific family under these specific conditions. And no matter how much they wake up and want to think like Christian, no matter how many videos on YouTube that they watch to try to get themselves motivated or to learn something online, their condition that they are in, they cannot figure it out. They do not have the right information. And so they literally cannot. And then Christian is saying, you just voting against your interests. You always doing stuff against your interests. Why are you even still there? So my question to you is, how can you not see that America has inequalities even in that scenario that you agree with?
I think that America has inequalities everywhere. It's as simple as that. A lot of times we don't pay attention to Utah, where there's a whole bunch of white people that's struggling, a whole bunch of white people that live in dirt road. We don't talk about that. We talk about the hood. We talk about black people. There's always going to be a middle class.
Hold on.
Well,
We're
I
on
gotta
black
finish.
people because hold on,
I gotta finish.
but you put me in the black people. And I'm saying don't change it now. You said I'm gonna talk about what I know. So I don't want to talk about Utah. You didn't grow up in Utah. I don't want to talk about
But
Nebraska, New York,
but
Miami.
like
I just want to I
but
kept it where you put it. So
right,
keep it
but
in California hood.
for conversation's sake, you gotta, if people are listening, you gotta compare the two, because a lot of times we put a fine lens on just our problems. Well, black people, we're going, because you're saying there's an economic difference, and like I said, a lot of times this is a democratic talking point. There's a lot of economic differences, which is true. But there's economic differences on every playing field. Which race doesn't matter, depending on where you live. Your zip code, that matters. I don't care if you white, black, or Asian, doesn't matter. But what I'm saying is that my experience bringing it back to the hood, not having empathy for people that's going through that. I was one of those people. I was one of those people. At the end of the day, if you don't seek it, you will never find it. And if you once you seek it and find it, you have to execute. Not everybody's gonna get out of the hood, and that's a sad position. I mean, that's a sad story. Even with the information you saying, they just can't get motivated. Who problem is that?